Sir Peter Bottomley, the father of the House, was on the show earlier because he actually said in an interview with the New Statesman, I'm thinking this isn't a good career move, that £82,000 a year is not enough and MPs should get more. How do you feel about that, Belinda?
I'm slightly split on it, to be honest, because since we've sort of reallocated powers from Brussels, our MPs have had to work a little bit harder and actually take responsibility for the country. So I do think they should earn quite a good salary because we want to attract the best as well. And as an MEP, I was on a lot more than that.
Well, I mean, I'm going to say, I love your honesty because I was told, which I can't believe, right, that the package for an MEP, you could get 24,000 a month, apparently, for costs or an office. The whole package could be, don't lay your head down in shame, Belinda Lucy, €500,000. No wonder everybody got on the Brussels gravy train, eh?
It was disgusting. You could become a millionaire being an MEP for doing diddly squat, to be honest. The gravy train was what brainwashed MEPs to stay loyal to the project. So I kind of felt a bit sorry for our MPs on only 80 grand. We got paid €300 just to turn up to work, on top of the salary.
That's a bit like the House of Lords, though, isn't it? They sort of drag themselves in their robes into the, we'll get £360.
I don't agree with any of it. But yeah, so I'm slightly split on it. I think I don't mind paying a bit more for MPs if they work harder and actually start representing the people who've put them in power and start taking responsibility for the country. So, you know, I think it's a good salary, and the MEPs are the ones that had an immoral salary, if anyone, plus expenses. Our MPs are sort of paupers in comparison.
There you go. So you freely admit, as an ex-Brexit Party MEP, you went to Brussels to destroy the gravy train, but got paid in the process. Did you give the money back when you forced the closure of it all, or what?
Well, I tell you what we did do. We had an opportunity to spend £250,000 on staff we didn't need. And we didn't do that. We didn't take up the parties. We got told, oh, you can go to Jamaica, travel wherever you like for environmental reasons. We didn't do any of that. We lived lives as a pauper in MEP world. But yes, we had to have a salary to kind of live off as well. But we were trying to get sacked. And so we gave it all up for the good of the country.
I think I need to talk radio bosses about some wages to get a bit more quality staff behind the glass. I think we're not paying enough, which is why we've got crap. I think that we're not all of you, just the two in front of it. I'm in trouble now. Right, listen, next thing. The French. I was very excited yesterday because I had the leader of brilliant French Brexit called Frexit. Actually, somebody who's completely anti-Macron, which makes my day at any point. And then he says that in France, it's all, they're going to get more and more against the European Union. British border guards in Calais, this is brilliant, may be blocked in the fish war that's breaking out. Tell me more.
So this is Macron and his minions I don't think a day goes past without him trying to bash Brexit Britain.
I hate him.
If Brexit was a failure, he wouldn't be attacking us every day. It's because he knows we're right. But yes, he has been urging the EU to punish the UK and restrict the UK's access to energy markets as a punishment for not treating French fishermen as they want to be treated. This is all about French fishermen having a hissy fit because the British are being slow at granting licenses. But the British are saying, give us the right documents and we'll grant them. And the French are saying, no, but let's attack the UK. And the EU has finally slapped Macron down and said today, stop weaponising our project to further your national interests, Macron. Cool your waters, mate. And it's been an incredible, refreshing day where I'm like, yeah, go EU, because Macron's behaviour towards the British, it's actually
But
hostile.
this Charles Gallois, which is rather good French to me, he sort of implied yesterday, Belinda, that a lot of what Macron says and does in being anti-British is playing to the crowd because there's a presidential election 12 months away.
There is. I mean, Le Pen is on his heels and she is considered very right of centre and he's trying to appeal to the nationalists. So, but in doing so, he is alienating a good friend and neighbour. We've opened our arms to the French since Brexit. The French have used the Northern Irish border to batter us. The French don't give a flying flamingo about the people in Northern Ireland.
So glad you said flamingo there. Everybody next door went, oh, flamingos. Well, that's brilliant.
Flying flamingo about, I learned that from Burko.
I'll go with this. Campaigners at Sussex University launch action to oust lecturer Kathleen Stock.
Yeah, so this is really important. It's not covered enough. It's a professor of gender studies at Sussex University is being intimidated and threatened, and there's a campaign to sack her because she believes in biological sex and the difference between men and women. And this is happening all over the country. I've witnessed it firsthand. These extreme trans activists throwing smoke bombs and campaigning for the sacking and cancellation of women who dare defend their single-sex spaces. But what has been found out about the protesters at Sussex University is some of them are actually Antifa. So Antifa have now started to take over the narrative of the trans activists, and they're getting more aggressive and more intimidating.
Can I be really honest? Because I said from day one I would be honest on this station, because just because you do a radio program doesn't mean you know anything. I don't really understand. I believe in free speech, obviously, and I don't think people should deliberately set out to offend anybody. I was going to say people are getting their knickers in a twist, but I don't think that's the right thing to say with this. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't, to me, this cancel culture, this ability to get rid of people on a whim, it's gone mad, hasn't it? Or am I missing the point?
No, it's gone mad. But also, if your argument can't take debate and discourse, if you have to shut everyone down rather than face challenge, your argument's not very strong. So the whole gender wars thing may be a lot of noise to a lot of people, but it really is affecting women and girls, and it is making women, women are losing jobs over it. And getting investigated for hate crimes.
I think it sort of polarizes views rather than actually gets you to the answer of working out why it happens. That's what I think.
Debating. We should be having free speech. So, but what has been great is Sussex University have come out and defended their professor.
Have they? Good on you, Sussex University.
Very rare, and said no, we support academic freedom, and these people shouldn't be having a campaign of fear and a climate of fear for women who want to discuss their biological sex. So it's actually good news in the long run. I think time is changing things. The BBC are now distancing themselves from Stonewall LGBT.
The who? The BBC?
Came out today. It's very exciting because Stonewall has started to campaign against women's rights, and BBC are distancing themselves from it. Could you believe it? I think grown-ups have taken over the BBC for once.
The world is a different place than it was. Belinda DeLucy, it is always an absolute pleasure. Have a fantastic weekend, because our weekend starts in about 45 minutes.